Hello everybody out there on YouTube and Facebook. My name is Kris Nicholson, and right now I'm sitting at my beautiful ivory digital grand piano, and I will explain more about this digital grand in another video because it's going to take a lot to explain. Before, I had a Yamaha P200 engine inside of it. The P200 is actually in another digital piano, and what I have inside of here in this beautiful digital grand piano is a Technics PR703. The PR703 is basically the same thing as like the Technics KN6500. Okay, so I'll explain this in another video, but what I have here is my mini iPad, and the software that I have loaded up is iGRAND, which is basically an app for grand pianos, digital grands, inside of, for your iPad. My review on this piano, I absolutely love it. Now, to hook up the piano to your iPad mini, of course you're going to need an iRig, and you need a connector that hooks up from regular Apple jacks, so to say, Apple jacks, regular Apple connections to a mini iPad connection. It's good because most of the new phones and the new Apple stuff is taking that little mini connection, which is really good. Okay, you have a series of 17 grand pianos. Well, not just grand, but you also have upright pianos here. I don't know if you can see it from that camera. You have baby grands. You have other kinds of grands. And you have other kind of style of grands, like a gramophone grand. Other style of pianos, like a gramophone upright and a saloon upright, which is really cool. So I'm going to go back to the very first grand piano, and I'm just going to play what grand piano 1 sounds like. Another feature that you have is that you can edit the lid, the brightness, it's the way how to close the lid. You can edit the release, the timing, and everything. But I'm just going to show you just the voices right now. So this one is Grand Piano 1, and as I said, the voices is not coming out of the piano, it's coming out of the iPad, but it's piped into the piano. Here we go. Absolutely amazing. Let's test the sustain time. Not bad. It's just like my 7-foot grand piano that's in the next room. And it keeps on going. Especially if you test the sustain time on a piano, you know that the piano is going to be excellent. And you can still hear it, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so that was Grand Piano 1. Next one is Classical Grand. I don't know that much classical, but I'm going to try something. classical grand is mostly a lot warmer. And of course, you know the sustain time is going to be long, so you can just make whatever emphasis you want on your music on there. Okay, jazz piano. Here we go. So that's a jazz grand. You also have octave piano, which is basically the same thing as a grand piano, but in an octave. If you press one key, you actually get an octave. So it's good to do something like. Really neat. Not only you have grand pianos, but you also have uprights. So here is a rich upright. You can hear it in the high register. Most uprights, they have more staccato in the high register. And in the low register, depending on the upright, or to say, dual section of the bass strings start from like right around here, or they start from right around here. On a grand, dual section of bass string starts from right around here, depending on which grand too. So let me go back to the grand piano, the first one, and I'm just going to play the bass on there. Longer sustain, and going back to the upright, it's going to sound like this. So, just to prove to you that a grand and an upright do not sound the same at all. Okay, jazz upright. So jazz upright, I'm just going to do, let's see, really good. This doesn't have that much effect on it. I could add it. So if I added the effect, it's going to sound more like this. Just trying to move it up actually. Which is cool, and also you can add brightness. So if I wanted to add a little more brightness, that's what the brightness. Anytime you want to go back to the screen with all the pianos, you just press the first button right here. Okay? Rock upright. Rock upright is probably a little bit more percussive, but let's see. Let's give it a try. take most of that reverb off of that. I forgot to do that. So ambience level is way sky high, and it's going to sound just like this. Pretty neat and handy. Soft upright, mostly used for classical. Very nice. Also, you have baby grands. So not only that you have the big concert grands, but also they sample the baby grands. So the bass is different. The whole piano is different. So if I play the same song, okay, so that's baby grand. You have a brighter baby grand. So if I wanted to do pop baby grand. This is mostly, I think it's supposed to be a little bit brighter, but let me see. What it does, it just has a little bit of a flange effect on it. Classical baby grand. Not that much of classical, but okay, if you upgrade for more pianos in the expansion pack that it has on for the iGRAND, you get more concert grands, and also you have also a couple more uprights. So this is actually a concert grand too. Has a longer sustain time too, which is really neat. Okay, this is the Concert Grand 2 mellow. It's the same Concert Grand, but it's mellow, so it's gonna sound like really neat. Okay, this is the Rock Concert Grand, which is the Rock Piano 2. So this is what it's gonna sound like from the different one, which is the Concert Grand 1. That's neat. One of my favorites, which I demonstrated off the old Shack piano, which you can see in most of my videos, that piano is 128 years old. And it has a nice good rinky-tink sound for like ragtime and jazz. You have one built in here called a saloon piano, which sounds like this. Every key is tuned differently, just like the strings on the piano. So if I started from here, that one's a little out of tune. That one's and just like my upright, which is behind the camera, you can sharpen it, make it a little sharper, and it would sound like this. So. So that is your saloon piano, instead of detuning pianos. Now the reason you have a crackle noise in here, because this is called a gramophone piano. It's supposed to sound like it's back in the 1800s, and you're on a gramophone. So that's not a defective sound that you're hearing. You're actually hearing a record player sound. So gramophone piano sounds like this. So that's your gramophone piano. Now, this also, iGRAND, there's an electric piano version of this, which I'll make in another video. But as I say, as a rating of this iGRAND, you know, the iGRAND app that's on the iPad, I give it an A+. Because this, A++++. Because I had, actually, I walked into this, or say, when I download the app, I walked into Guitar Center and actually connected this straight up to one of their pianos. And the salespeople were looking around to see which piano did I play on. And when I told them that I played on the iPad, it was the iPad piano, which is the iGRAND, they didn't believe me until I hooked it up again and showed them. So, from the sound, more questions on this product, you could ask me. I know some of them, but mostly go to your Apple Store or find out on your Apple page and it'll tell you everything about it. Thank you very much. This is my review of the Apple iPad mini iGRAND app that's on here, and I hope you liked it and have a nice day. Thank you very much.